hugely present everywhere he went, laughing, singing, loud, always joyful with other people. At the moment that I made a conscious decision to embrace the journey and know that this was my journey and that I was going to be open to every single thing that happened. I wanted to be aware, I wanted to be involved. I remember everything. I immediately went into adrenaline mode. I didn't eat and I didn't sleep for 8 days. But I was incredibly anxious and moving all the time. If I held still, I remember my teeth would chatter and I couldn't relax, couldn't sleep. We felt lifted up in a way that I did not know was possible. And now, looking back, I know that that's grace. I have always explored my own soul. I've always been interested in spiritual connection. I had periods at about 4 months that was really tough. Everything was kind of getting back to normal. I realized that I was going to do this journey pretty much alone. Even though friends could help, friends could be there, I was the one who needed to walk this path. And I needed to find what made it right with my own soul. I was driving him to hockey, and I remember sitting outside the arena waiting for him and looking around and seeing all the dads. And it was just me. And just thinking, my poor kid is the only one with a mom. My kids really did help me survive. However, there were the times when they would struggle that my grief would be tripled because I had to grieve for them. And so that was really tough, really tough. When I went back to work, I wrote a letter to my coworkers telling them that I was coming back and I was a different person and this is how it was going to be now, and that, if they were to talk to me at work, I would ramble and not stop talking, so that while I was at work, I'd appreciate it if they would just give me a hug and a smile. I really learned that you do have to kind of show people the way and show them how to support you and help you. And another thing I did in those early days is meet with all of my kids' teachers at the high school. I asked for a meeting with them and the guidance counselors, and I researched teen grief a little bit and brought in some information for them and pictures and a little short video of the kids with Jim so that it became real for them, not just another number. And that really helped along the way because then they were on our side. And I was thinking at that time, oh my gosh, I'm alone. I can't raise my kids alone. What if they make bad choices? What if they fall into a depression? You don't know how they're going to react. So I really needed their help. So enlisting other people's help was really important to me. And somebody told me really early on, don't ever be afraid to ask for what you need. And so from the get-go, I was open and this is what I need. I had a group of close friends who I could be totally authentic with. And I learned to narrow my focus a little bit. At first I was open. My heart was broken wide open and I was sharing with everyone. And I had to kind of learn to rein that in a little bit and just share with my really close friends. I was so fragile in the beginning, and I think up through 14 months or so, I was so fragile. And that state of just being vulnerable and open and struggling between wanting to be in the spiritual realm and be with Jim there and being in reality and going to work every day and getting up and getting dressed and having to choose the clothes to wear and look in the mirror and go, who the hell is that now? And not knowing who you were and where you were going anymore. I was given the gift of grace immediately. I knew that I was heading into something that was bigger than me. And not in a religious sense, but in a sense of knowing that I was surrounded by love. I remember going to church in those early weeks and thinking, Pastor, you're not getting it right. what you're saying are words, they're cliches, they're verses. You're not hitting the hearts of the people. And just wanting to stand up and say, wait, you've got it wrong. It's a sense of knowing. It's a knowing, and you don't know. And you want to share that. And every morning I would have to, engage in affirmations for myself, self-affirmation. And I still, every morning, first thing I say when I hit the floor, I am happy, I'm healthy, I am whole. I'm happy, I am healthy, I am whole. And it's come to be a habit. It's come to be part of who I am. And I feel the negative little things, the small stuff, doesn't matter at all anymore, at all. And that's one of the gifts of this journey. We learn, what's really important in this life. I'm still rebuilding. And I reached out early for everything, and I read probably 60 books in the first maybe 20 days, all kinds of books, and reached out on websites, tried to find grief groups, went to a grief share group, learned that wasn't for me, reaching out to other widows. It's been amazing. And when you think of being a widow, you get the stereotypical picture in your head, and you think of support groups, and you think of people sitting around in a circle and being sad and old, and it's not like that at all. We're learning that there are widows everywhere that are of all types and ages, and it's just been incredible to meet so many people that get it. I think one of the big things is that don't sweat the small stuff. I really, really feel like I understand the big picture, and I'm open to all kinds of experiences. I am not afraid of anything. I feel like I've experienced the worst thing that can happen, and I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I am excited about the possibilities of life for me and for my children. Don't believe everything that you've been taught. Take the time, take the energy to search your own beliefs and really figure out what it is you're going to believe in now. Because we've been taught from a very young age certain things that don't make sense anymore. And I think it's your own journey, and you need to really make it yours, embrace it, and just really be gentle with yourself along the way. Find that place in your soul that's searching for meaning, searching for joy, and connect with that.